Sorry I wasn't able to speak with you earlier. I'm Carla Outway. It's lovely to meet you.
I'm Milla.
Rowan, a pleasure to meet you.
Carla's a historian and a teacher.
That's very admirable of you.
Not at all. And how about you? You won the tournament, right? That makes Elise one of the youngest winners ever.
Really?
Remember what I told you about Master Hemming? He won his first tournament when he was 14. And until Elise showed up, his record was never officially broken.
And what about unofficially?
An astute question. Unofficially, the youngest person to win the tournament did so at 12, the same age as Elise. He was a young boy who fought his way to the final match alone without even using a Lilium Orb.
Are you sure he wasn't a spirit?
No, of course he wasn't. His name was Ersten Outway.
Ersten Outway? Is he related to you?
My brother. This happened 20 years ago.
But why wasn't his victory officially recognized?
Our father was the chief of the Outway tribe. But we were a small tribe, and the other tribes used their influence to change things the way they saw fit. That's just how it was back then.
So you're saying his win was taken away?
Yes, it was his opponent's doing. He belonged to a tribe that was very close to the king.
20 years ago. That would place it before the dawn of Azure. Before the current king took the throne, the chiefs of several large tribes ruled alongside his predecessor.
Many people were killed back then, but our current king put a stop to that.
I see.
Anyway, I have an important errand to run. See you all again soon.
Imagine having a hard-fought victory erased like that. I wonder how Carla's brother felt.
I used to be quite a martial artist myself. I defended my position as the Army's second strongest fighter throughout my military career. If it were me who was robbed like that, I'd have hunted down my opponent and thrashed him again when no one was looking.
Rowan, you play pretty dirty.
So what would you do in that situation?
Me? I can't even imagine.
Did you introduce this Carla person to Rowan and Milla?
Yeah, I did.
Well, your acquaintances are my acquaintances. Hook a girl up!
Here she goes. Fine. Let's head to Shandu.
I've become much more used to the asperixis now.
But I'm assuming it still hurts.
That's what I've gotten used to.
Hey, Jude was so worried about you that he went and found you a heart herb.
What's that?
It's an extremely rare herb with potent healing abilities. When used during aromatherapy, its effects are second to none.
You went to all that trouble for me?
It was nothing. Here, let's try it out.
That smells amazing.
I feel so much calmer.
How is it? Do you feel any better?
Yes, I can feel the tension melting away.
Milla?
I can't stop hiccuping.
Oh no! You caught my acute hiccup disorder?
I kinda doubt that. She's probably just allergic to the hard herb aroma.
If it was an allergy, wouldn't she be sneezing?
Perhaps this is some unique aspect of Milla's anatomy?
I'm sorry. I'll put it out right away.
This is fun. I've never had hiccups like this before. It makes me forget all about my pain. Thank you, everyone. Oh.
No problem.
So, now what?
As long as Milla's happy, I say we can move right along.
After all, there's no better medicine than laughter.
Exactly.
You're all travelers, right? Have you seen much of the world?
Yeah, I'd say we've seen a good bit.
Then let me ask you a question. What do you think of extreme spirit climbs that exist throughout this world?
Well, nothing really. Extreme spirit climbs are pretty common, right?
That may be true.
I'm sorry, who are you again?
My apologies. I'm a geographer. I've been studying spirit climbs on my travels. During my recent studies, I arrived at a new hypothesis. Fenmont's night climb, Lakudam's sunset climb, Kajara's water climb, and Burmia's wind climb. There may be a common reason for why these climbs all evolved in such radical ways. Perhaps what was once a single uniform spirit climb has become warped by some unknown power.
So what we consider to be normal may actually be an extreme deviation by historical standards. What an interesting idea.
Thank you. Most people say I'm crazy, but it's still just a rough idea at this point. I mean, I can't even postulate the existence of a power so huge it would have that kind of effect on the world.
But it's questions like that that lead to scientific progress, right? Please tell us if you find out anything.
You got it.
That man in black suddenly started speaking some weird language.
That was Longdao, the language of the clan that used to rule Azul.
Do you speak it?
Not really, but I can understand it to some degree.
But what made him abruptly start speaking like that?
It appeared to be some sort of battlefield transformation. A side effect of his booster, perhaps.
Does that mean I'll start speaking some weird language too? Then you wouldn't be able to talk to anyone. Relax, that won't happen. His booster is totally different from Tipo. And if you did start speaking some weird language, I would totally learn it so we could still talk. Thank you. Are you good with languages, though? Well, that's beside the point.
Mom, I'm home.
Oh no, I dozed off again. I have to make a peach pie before Alfred gets back from boarding school. He'll be home any minute. That boy just loves it, you know. Every time I make it, he eats himself sick.
Is that right?
Of course, he's always been such a sensitive boy. It doesn't take much to upset his stomach. Honestly, it makes me worry for his future. Thinking about it gives me an upset stomach.
Sounds like he takes after you.
Oh, and he told me in his last letter that he started keeping kitty cats as pets. I believe he said their names were Jude and Milla. That poor boy. He must be so lonely. But cats are a big responsibility.
Don't worry. I hear he's taking good care of them.
Oh, good. It's hard not being able to see him, but what can you do? This was Alfred's decision, after all. As long as he's well, that's all that matters. I mean that, okay?
Yes, I know.
Are you ready to head for Fenmont? You can't possibly land right in Rashigal's capital. You'll probably have to touch down on a high road nearby, or find some other suitable spot.
It's amazing.
It's so pretty. Wow! It's sparkly!
What the hell is that?
It's so huge! It's right on our six!
Everyone, dive!
Watch out!
Alvin, are you okay?
No time to chat now, kid.
You'll pay for what you did!
This is our home turf! We can't lose!
Stay on guard. We're fending against the ruler of the skies. This will not be
Milla! Guardian Grove! Healer!
Let's go!
Focus!
One!
Start! Sharing is caring! Go, Chico! Sharing is caring!
One!
Ready for this? Demon Fang! Here we go. Focus!
the familiar battlefield.
All right, bring it on! What the heck? Oh,
Shall we cool down? I'll accompany you.
All right, we beat the King of the Skies! That makes me the new ruler. Should we call you Queen? On second thought, forget it.
That wasn't too bad.
Never stop improving.
I can't stop! I want to get stronger! You can totally do it! I'm just getting started.
Just keeps getting better.
So this is experience.
Please, no one panic! Women and children, seek shelter in your homes! All able-bodied men, to me! Ellie, what are you doing here? I'm home.
Young madam.
Rowan? Everyone's back?
Good to see you again.
Nice to meet you. I'm Leia. Hi.
I'm sorry to alarm you.
I heard all the commotion. I thought Azul was invading.
You okay? You took a tough hit when you saved me.
Seemed like no big whoop at the time. But now, it's really hitting me.
Help us carry him. Does it look like it'll heal?
My lady, I'm just a horse trainer.
Which makes you the most qualified to help.
Young madam, please forgive me for the heavy burden I placed upon you when I left Sheraldon.
Isn't that Ilbert, the former chief of staff? He was a tactician for the Rashagal army, you know.
Really? And he's on our side? That's great.
All these rumors of war have everyone on edge lately. Let's head back to the manor before we cause any more commotion. The horse trainer says the wyverns need some time to recuperate. You all should rest here in the city while you can.
That may be for the best. We're on the eve of a great battle, after all. Everyone should get as much rest as they can.
Huh?
What's wrong? You look as if I just spoke Long Dao.
Milla's making perfect sense. We have had little rest since our departure from La Ronde.
And you could use some time to gather your thoughts.
As you say.
What's wrong?
Tiba won't call me Ellie like he used to.
Why, hey, Elise. You seem glum.
Well, how about finding other people who can get close enough to call you Ellie?
You mean get closer to you and Milla?
Yeah, Tipo should too.
Really?
Hey, it's not like I have lots of friends or anything, but I have enough to know they're pretty priceless. And the best part of friendship is sharing new experiences together.
Jude sure is a smarty pants.
Well, I am an honor student. I just think it'd be nice if we all got to know each other better. Don't you think so?
Yes.
Thinking about Noctigal? Maybe this is none of my business, but how did you get mixed up with him?
We first met when Noctigal joined the army as an officer. He wanted to serve, despite his royal birth. He and I were assigned to the same division. We fought in many battles together. We earned promotions and glory. That sort of thing builds a bond between men. We were truly brothers in arms. It was a glorious time for both of us. However, Noctigal's growing influence began to threaten the power of his two elder brothers. The older princes ostracized Noctigal, even as they feared him.
I know what happened next. The sleepless night we all learned about in history class. That brief civil war erupted when the late king passed away before naming a successor. The 6 ruling houses and the lesser nobles split into 2 factions. It was the biggest political upheaval in modern Rashigal history. And it lasted until Noctigal slew his 2 older brothers with the help of the military. He was a war hero after all. For 2 days, the people rallied behind Noctigal and his new regime.
Noctigal may have won the struggle, but he lost something dear to him. He lost his only ally in the royal family, his beloved sister, Princess Carrie. It hit Noctigal hard. He was overcome with grief.
They didn't teach us that part.
He expanded his totalitarian control once he became king, and there was no one left to check his power.
Not even you?
Many pinned their hopes on me to act as a moderating influence on the king. I chose to leave the army instead. It has been a difficult decision to live with.
You shouldn't blame yourself. It's not even really Noctigal's fault. His brothers caused all this.
I agree, which is precisely why I failed to recognize when Noctigal began to stray from the just path. We turned our eyes away from our duty. He and I both, despite knowing that doing so would cause many of our people to suffer. In contrast, the King of Azul has never wavered from doing what must be done.
You may be right. Despite both being kings, Noctigal and Gaius definitely left different impressions on me.
The people no doubt see King Gaius as a superb ruler.
He kind of reminded me of Milla, to be honest.
An astute observation. They do share two things in common. The will to do what must be done, and the conviction to do it for the sake of others.
It sounds like they go hand in hand.
Yes, I believe all truly strong people possess those two virtues. But Noctigal's convictions became warped, and I lack the will to stop him.
And I'm not saying you will. But if you decide not to fight Noctigal, I wouldn't blame you.
Thank you. Would you mind leaving me with my thoughts? I will make my decision before it is time for us to leave.